Alright guys, tonight we are going to be talking about the dropping of the atomic bomb by America onto Japan. So, our learning target for today, I can explain how the atomic bomb ended World War II, as well as changed the nature of war and changed the world's balance of power. So we're going to be looking at basically how after we drop the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that Japan will ultimately surrender. And as a result of the atomic bomb, not only does it end one war, but it will ultimately start another. So, first thing, how was the bomb created? Well, the bomb was created by something known as the Manhattan Project. And the Manhattan Project was the group that created the atomic bomb. And I'm just going to refer to it from now on, it's just AB, the atomic bomb. The group was created just 2 weeks after Pearl Harbor. So within 48 hours of Pearl Harbor, we declared war on Japan. Within 2 weeks, we decided to start looking into research for possibly creating an atomic bomb. And the father of the atomic bomb, as he's known, the leader of the Manhattan Project, was a guy by the name of J. Robert Oppenheimer. And it's just kind of curious to know that at first, Oppenheimer was a proponent of using the atomic bomb, but after the bomb was dropped and he saw the destruction, Oppenheimer was actually kind of ashamed that he took part in the project and wishes that they would have not used the atomic bomb because of how gruesome it was. So, what we're going to see here is that Truman has a decision. That's to use the bomb, or that's to not use the bomb, or to maybe find an ulterior motive. So, ways to not use the bomb, because that's what we're going to hit first. Why should we not use the bomb? Well, we can have a ground invasion in Japan. Island hopping was successful. We're starting to wear out the Japanese troops. So, hey, maybe we can just have a regular ground invasion and play it like normal. Next thing we could do was we could test the bomb and try to scare Japan into surrendering. Well, the last thing we could do was we could just kind of threaten Japan with the bomb and hope for surrender. Because the conflict here is that we have to get what we called an unconditional surrender from Japan. And if we did not have that, we were going to fight until we did. The problem with all these is that they had risks. The ground invasion, obviously, we talked about today, troops would be lost. Testing the bomb, if the bomb was a dud and it didn't work, then the Japanese wouldn't be scared, we would continue on. And we just knew for this last one that they were not going to surrender at all. So the Japanese weren't going to surrender. And so in Truman's head, Truman truly felt that we had to drop the bomb. And the biggest reason was the lives of troops. They estimated that almost up to 1 million troops would be lost if we had a ground invasion in Japan. So he felt it was basically us or them, and we did not have a choice. So Truman makes the decision to drop the bomb, the atomic bombs, on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I'm going to just take you through this short video right here. You guys can, if it'll play, I don't know if it'll play. Let me try something else here. I don't know how to get that going. Let me try one more thing. If it doesn't work, we will just watch it in class tomorrow. Okay. So as you guys can see, here's some destruction. All of those things that you can see on the bottom, those are all bodies that were burned by the atomic bombs. I'm trying to look at some other pictures here. I mean, bodies are just absolutely mutilated. You can see kind of the destruction on his face right there. Next picture I'm going to show you guys, just a group of all Japanese, some alive, some dead, some sadly in between. The next picture kind of sums it up for me the most. It's the most terrifying. You can see there's a child right there. I mean, literally burned to death. You can barely, make out that he or she was actually a child. That it's so bad. It's pretty gruesome. So, I mean, you guys saw those pictures. They're pretty sick, and you guys can research those a lot more. So, other motives that maybe Truman had. A lot of people felt that there were other motives that Truman had. The first motive that people felt that Truman had was that he wanted the Japanese to pay. People felt that we were racist towards the Japanese, and we didn't like them after Pearl Harbor. We really wanted revenge. Another motive was that people felt that if we did not use the atomic bomb, that the entire Manhattan Project would have been a waste of money. And we didn't want to waste all those millions and millions of dollars that we invested. Therefore, we had to use the bomb. Now, the last one, and the one that is kind of most logical, is to kind of scare the Soviet Union. Because at this point in time, right around the time of the decision to drop the bomb, it's pretty evident that the Allies are going to win the war and that the U.S. and the Soviet Union are going to come out as the two world powers after the war. So, the decision to maybe intimidate the Soviets. Now, during World War II, we're allies. Remember that old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. We hated Hitler. The Russians hated Hitler. Therefore, we kind of came together along with Britain and led the charge for the Allies. While we're fighting in both the Atlantic and the Pacific, the Russians are kind of fighting their own battle against the Germans on the eastern half of Germany. But we're not friends. Capitalism versus communism. Red Scare. All of these things are things that in the back of our heads we still hate. But the problem is that during war, the only thing we're thinking about is beating the Nazis, beating Hitler, and we are okay with Russia for the time being. But once we know that we are going to be victorious, we need to send a message. And that's what the atomic bomb did, is it sent a message. That's what's up. Okay, we are more powerful than you are. We are better than you. That's what's up. The U.S. uses the atomic bomb to show that we are the supreme world power coming out of the war. And that's it. So, if we can explain how the atomic bomb ended World War II, the atomic bomb leads to the unconditional surrendering of the Japanese, obviously. And if we can explain how it shifted the balance of world power, basically it leaves the U.S. versus the Soviets after World War II. And with the U.S. dropping the atomic bomb, it was the message to the world that we are now on top. Now, I told you I need you guys to go do something for me. I need you guys to go to beta.socrative.com. The room F9476A8E. I want you to enter your last name only, and I want you to answer that question. It is only one question, and it is an opinion question. Okay, beta.socrative.com. There's no www. We are not doing that, so get that out of your head. That's all I got for you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Be ready to go for some debating. Bye.